Welcome back everybody to another episode of Grounded with DillyDave. Today we're flipping the script a bit. Instead of me being the interviewer, I'm stepping into the guest seat. I had the privilege of being interviewed by none other than Paul Factor, an absolute legend in the Melbourne music scene with over 15 years in the game. Paul is not only just a talented rapper and singer-songwriter, but it's also a sound engineer and the host of the 3CR radio show Urban Voices. In this special episode, we dive deep into my journey into the music scene, reminisce about some big names, and discuss the essence of community in music. Paul's passion for the community aspect of music is super evident, and it was an honor to share my story on his platform. For those who want to explore more of Paul's work, links in the description. You can find his music on YouTube, and obviously don't forget to tune into Urban Voices every Monday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. 3CR. It's a treat for all music enthusiasts. So, let's dive into this unique episode and get a glimpse into my journey through the eyes of Paul Factor.
Yo, what's good? It's Paul Factor. Welcome to Urban Voices, a program all about local and global music. You're listening to 3CR, that's 855 AM on your dial. I would like to back announce a couple of gigs that I went to over the weekend, the long weekends, yeah. Man, two bumped up events at Radio Bar in Brunswick Street, and I want to give a shout out to Trix William and Ivory Archer for putting them on, and big shout out to the following cats I'd catch, yeah, like Mr. Congo, DillyDave, Rooker, even Vision was jumping up, and a few more others that I've just met on the night. And I'm going to play this track by Trix William himself, and man, out of all songs he played on the Friday nights, this one definitely got my attention. It's called Skyfall. Let's go.
Skyfall is where we started, 1,000 miles and poles apart, where worlds collide and days are dark. You may have my number, you can take my name, but you'll never have my heart.
Resuscitate, rehash what we love to hate. We bash principles, clash like an atom split. Much too late, although we take it to civility. Now you're coming at me with a bat in our vicinity. Touch whose fate you're embedded in mine. But the clouds of confusion, the daggers you've embedded run me redder than wine. But the love is built in our history. Even when you pretend you don't, I can tell that you're missing me. Cut the bullshit, be amicable instead of manic insanity with the panicking. Let them take your things you can't handle, it is foolishness. You've forgotten our connection, you're rude and shit. Get the confidence, just nail it. But don't you mind assailants? I got the high road out of here, but you're hightailing it. You won't have my heart, but you will have my memory. Let the sky fall in R.I.P.
Let the sky fall, when it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all, together. Let the sky fall, when it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all, together.
Extradition, you're misunderstanding my ammunition. Even if I scream my lungs out, the sky would've listened. You think I love what you provide? Well, I just wanted to build. The means you took to accumulate could've broken a lesser man, but I still wouldn't yield. I'm fulfilled when the cup overflows. Resentment grows, your heart froze. It's 11:11, but you ignore my declaration. It's the punishment I get for being complacent. We ain't been seeing adjacent to one another. Misery I grieve. If I had to give you happiness, then I gotta leave. Exactly this at a bow tie. The presence to you to let your soul fly. I am many things, but advantage just isn't one of them. Crying angels sing, I command it, but I am none of them. So I stand against all my demons, I'm gonna run at them. The summit of my resolution will never plummet then.
Feel
a twin flame, whatever your name. Thank you for the lessons that you gave for ascension's sake. Guilt is coming at me hard like a tension break. We will stand through the struggle in a senseless faith. The only bond that truly matters is invisible though. Many boundaries destroy the individual, yo. Cause we overstepped, overanalyzed and quit. Said we knew each other well but didn't really know shit. No rose-colored glasses, flashes of insecurity. Feel the pit of my purity and skewers my faith. Brain cause I'm wordy, made me feel the sewers of hate. Vice versa, it's too much to imagine if it was you in my place. The sands of time will settle, I'm on the pedal. I never put that pussy on a fucking pedestal. If I gave any more then I'd be a vegetable. A joker and a gesture with love, let me address the fool.
Yo, that was Trix William with Skyfall. That was a banging track, man. I love the bass line when it dropped in it, bruv. It's just a powerful track. And without further ado, I would like to introduce my main man, who I'm about to interview right here, right now. He goes by the name, well, basically, I knew him as DillyDave, but he's got another alias, the Milky Bar Kid, Wagwan.
Yeah. What's good?
Not much. How you been, bruv?
I've been sweet. As you know, last night we were at Radio Bar seeing some great acts, including Trix Williams, which we just heard. I performed Radio Bar on Friday night as well. So I've had a pretty good week of practicing, doing a gig, and then enjoying a gig, and it's all been in the 1 week. So I'm swell.
That's wicked, man. It's just wicked. Now, we've got a bit of history going on, going back, 10 to 12 years.
Yes.
Yeah, it all involves, let's tell the listeners how it all began.
Well, my understanding, I don't necessarily remember the day or date that it happened, but we mainly met through Gabs Coley, aka Homeboy G, who back then was Rudy V. So I studied audiovisual technology with him at RMIT. And for whatever reason, this is all rhyming. But Gabs and I got along pretty well. But he really introduced me to the world of hip-hop and jamming and freestyling. And he also, back then I was studying AV technology to improve my video skills and get into the music video scene. So Gabs Coley introduced me to Massive Hip Hop Choir and yourself. And I did some work with you guys. I met you guys. And yeah, I believe that's how we first met. I'm not sure whereabouts. I'm not sure if it was like in Footscray at the home base of Massive, or if it was out of a gig. What do you remember, Paul?
I definitely remember possibly meeting you when we were recording Gabs' album at Rare Tone Studios.
See, I was there very briefly, but I remember I had to leave. And I remember that Damien and maybe some of the other guys from...
I remember Damien and Entity.
Entity, yes. Yeah, right. So I think I was there briefly, but I wasn't there for the whole session, unfortunately. But that would have been the first time.
Yes, I definitely remember when I first caught you there. And, from beyond that memory, I mean, it was always amazing just, catching you at every one of our events. Even the few events that we headlined.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was such a big fan of you guys, and it was very, like, the scene and the people were very new for me, so there was a lot of novelty, and I'm an extrovert, so I enjoy going out and embracing all that social interaction.
Man, just catching you at every one of our events was always a blessing. I mean, you were more than just a fan, you were a friendly face.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have those people in the scene, and, I'm a support class, I'm a paladin, I'm here to give people buffs.
Yeah, and and you've done a few videos for us as well.
Yeah, I think we did a couple, like...
in 2014.
One or two live, and then one, it was the party video. I forget what track that was. Friends, that's right.
I mean, you were also acting in that video too. I mean...
I was...
You were like that. Yep. You were like the antisocial uni student who was just sitting in a bench alone on campus. And...
right.
Yeah, I mean, one of our members just slipped you an invitation, and I'm gonna point something out about that moment. Yeah, I regret not being fully in the video, but I was recovering. We shot the video back like in late 2013, and I was in hospital at the time.
That's right.
Like Edward and Lawrence they shot my scene in February 2014. You know, standing outside the graffiti
wow.
wall in Footscray.
No, that's how that turned out.
Yeah, I had about two changes of t-shirts and sunglasses, and
There's been some great talent and people that came out of that AV Tech course that Gabs, Edward, Entity. Do you remember Fergus Reed?
oh, who could forget Fergus, mate?
Elsa, like all those people, Charlie, Damien, so many people out of that course honestly were massive influences on me just even being part of the scene at all. So
That's so cool. That's so cool. Now we're going to move on to the present. Oh, actually, maybe the beginnings of Brewing Towards Hip Hop. So, which year? I mean, from when I first met you to the present. When did you pick up the mic and give rapping a go?
I think it was 2014 or 15. It was a year or so after I started the AV course. Initially, I was interested in just doing the video stuff.
Yeah.
But as I was exposed to more cool artists in the Melbourne scene, I was always interested in writing, and I'd be writing bad poetry for most of my life. You know, that was just kind of a given. But slowly being able to understand the format of rap gave me some cooler parameters to work within. So I think it was around 2014, 2015, after being exposed to, you know, jam circles, cypher circles, the whole idea of freestyle and stuff. I was like, I like the freestyle, I like the writing. There's some cool elements here.
That's dope. So I got your track highlighted from your EP, The Milky Bar Kids.
Yes.
We're going to ask about how you adopted the name after I play the name of the EP, Milky Bar Kids, with Kelsey Jean, featuring Kelsey Jean.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's run this.
It's a Milky Bar kid, putting bars in the fridge. Gotta cool off when the kids bring the heat. It's a Milky Bar kid, putting bars in the fridge. Gotta cool off when the kids bring the heat. Ass to see most days, leave behind a moist stain. Yo, that's the mark of my name. Biblical, call me Dave. Take my name, go in vain. Come and drive in the lane. Yo, drunken bar still feels the pain. Could have been a Viking, but I am lame. You can take my ego, spread it on your toast. I just need to let it go, so one day you'll toast. Come and roast, come and play with your boy. It's a Milky Bar kid, putting bars in the fridge. Gotta cool off when the kids bring the heat. Yo, it's a Milky Bar kid, putting bars in the fridge. Gotta cool off when the kids bring the heat. Yeah. When the kids bring the heat. Yeah. Yeah. When the kids bring the
It's a Milky Bar kid.
putting bars in the fridge.
Gotta cool off.
When the kids bring the heat.
It's a Milky Bar kid. Gotta cool off. It's the Milky Bar kid.
Yo, so how did you how did you acquire the name Milky Bar Kid?
So, about 2 years ago, Paul Factor, I was known as DillyDave. I dabbled in rap. I'd had a couple live performances. I'd recorded my first single, Chaos, with Ruckman, actually. So that was real nice to have a veteran like himself be part of the process there. But I was thinking about the name DillyDave, and obviously most artists or MCs come across with this period in time where they think about their name a lot.
Yeah, including me.
Right. So, and they decide whether they want to take a new direction or double down on what they're doing.
Yeah.
And for me, DillyDave, I like that name. It's a nickname. It's how a lot of people know me in the scene. And that's cool. I don't want to abandon that. But the Milky Bar Kid is the bar slinger. He is the kid that raps. And he is a smooth talker. And he's playful. And he's kind of a little bit young and naive. But I felt like I wanted to really draw myself into this character or persona that I could play with instead of just rapping as me.
That's dope. I mean, plus you got the image for it. I mean,
Yes.
you're naturally blonde.
Naturally blonde, naturally very white, and naturally almost prefer white chocolate to normal chocolate, which is controversial.
Hey, I know, man. I know. I mean, one Easter in 2003, I was back in England. My brother and I got these Kit Kat Easter eggs, and I reserved the milk chocolate one because too much white chocolate made me sick. So my brother got stuck with the milk with the white chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like what we normally do to the Turkish Delight in the celebrations box. Favorites box.
I'll eat all of them.
I will too, but there's ones that you eat before the others, right?
Yeah, that's true, man. Anyway, I'm looking at your other tracks, and I'm pretty inspired. I'm pretty intrigued about "Let It Rip" featuring Sixpence.
Yes. So all of these tracks are produced by Wrath, who I introduced to you on Saturday night.
Vibe Nation.
Vibe Union.
Vibe Union, sorry.
Right from Vibe Union. We started that 3 or so years ago, but he's been the core member, pusher, front person for Vibe Union forever. He's also a great producer, which you just heard, and we'll hear more of. And he actually is a pretty dope rapper as well.
Wicked, man.
So, with Let It Rip, with the Milky Bar Kid, a lot of it is paying homage to either the 80s or the 90s, or, you know, the original Milky Bar Kid was kind of like birthed or created in the 60s, right? By obviously Nestle. My idea behind Let It Rip was taking the idea of, obviously from Beyblades, the anime Beyblade, this moment where you can just let it go, let things go, just really get into it. It's about, getting out of your head and just letting things go and kind of dropping some great bars or whatever your flow is. Sixpence has been a really great influence on myself through my journey over the past 2 or 3 years. My first EP, he produced all of those tracks, but he produced them before I even picked them to go on an EP. But yeah, Let It Rip is about just letting go, just letting them have it, essentially.
Mad. Let's drop it. Let it rip.
R.I.P. That is the rip. Let it rip. Give me the pieces, give me the bits. I said, let it rip. Look at the channels, can it all fit? Like, where is the line? Dragging these clips like a flask at the hip. Hope they will fit on the timeline. In good time flies, and I'm having a good one. Yeah. Inspo is scattered all over the photos. They're way more than boulders and stacking on shoulders while standing on stage at the past. Life's plan, what's man, what's mine? No time. Rust like the rust of the crust of the earth. Eating my crust, no fuss, I see the worth. Task of longevity, come take it up with me up to a place where we can just let it rip. Give me the pieces, give me the bits. I said, let it rip. Look at the channels, can it all fit? Like, let it rip. Give me the pieces, give me the bits. I said, let it rip. Look at the channels, can it all fit? Like, blue eyes, white dragon, bragging like a bud off the wagon. Tagging only homies, yeah, cause we hold it down to infinity. Or you muppets or puppets, your pussy talk that means nothing. People bumping and crumping while I butter my crumpet. You might be good at the frontin', but are you saying something to the people? Like, right before school, eyes on the screen. Channel 10 giving me that cheese TV. Late for the bus cause of Dragon Ball Z energy causing me to just go let it rip.
Let it
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sixpence.
It's a player two, I'm taking aim at all my confidants. I'm getting ape in this and throwing barrels like I'm Donkey Kong. Thought you're playing Clifford, but Chico, you got your collar on. You ante up your credits in seconds, you see your dollars gone. It's gnarly, yo. Even with an axe into my limbs, you can't disarm me, bro. Still you lap it up, but it ain't cardio. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh with the Bellagio. Haven't touched the game since I was 8, still kick your ass, Dr. Mario.
Ripping quotes on the back of neck, call a spinal tap.
I'm marking that, tearing the fabric, you watch the time elapse.
Carving up domes of the head, serving up, slice me.
You shasty, slashing your reputation precisely.
Lugging the battlegrounds, unlocking all the dope beats.
I float free, Casper parameters getting ghostly.
Check out this replicant with the bill like a pelican.
I'm talented, the way I give no fucks, they call me celibate.
Let it rip, let it rip. Give me the pieces, give me the bits. I said, let it rip, let it rip. Look at the channels and it all fit. Like, let it rip, let it rip. Give me the pieces, give me the bits. I said, let it rip, let it rip. Look at the channels and it all fit. Like.
Yo, Let It Rip by the Milky Bar Kid with Sixpence. Yeah, man, that was powerful, man. Love the little cutscene in the middle, and then Sixpence comes in, all guns blazing. All discs fired up and release.
Yeah, he does. Like, I think I wanted to simulate this battle back and forth. But I wanted to allow him a good moment to shine hard, do a 16 or whatever it is, and then us to have a little bit of a back and forth. And in the narrative or in the performance, when I normally have this track, it actually does signify a defeat or a loss for me, and it kind of shows the reality of the scene, which is there's a lot of great MCs out there.
Oh man, and hey, just off the record, yeah. What color Beyblade would you have released?
Blue.
Oh man, and what color Beyblade would Sixpence release?
Oh, I reckon he's a green guy. Yeah.
So basically, are you the Kai in your Beyblade crew?
I think so.
I love that dude.
Steve's Factor.
Yeah, bruv. Sweet. Now I'm looking at the last track we're going to play, Around Me, featuring Amufa.
Yes.
Mad. Could you give a bit of background behind that before you drop it?
Yeah, so it's been, I think this track is close to 2-ish years old. So my most recent EP, I wrote a lot of it about 2 or so years ago. So for me, it does seem a little bit, lyrically seems older, sonically is very fresh, very modern. But Around Me is me acknowledging the scene, the people around me, what that feels like. Again, produced by Wrath, but me having Amutha on this track, she is very good at world building with her voice and giving so much life and energy to tracks and the scene and people through her interactions. And I felt like she was the perfect person to have as like a gel, as something to tie over between verses. So yeah, I've known Amutha for 4 or so years, pretty much through the Vibe Union crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, well, basically I used to catch her at all the open mic gigs back in 2021.
Right.
And then a year later, we don't see much of her anymore.
Yeah, well, she dips into... Well, I think she's always active with her music, but it doesn't always look like her on stages every other week. In saying that, she's currently with a band named Damn Fine Chai, and they are very active, and they're very sought over, and they have an incredible sound. But yeah, Amutha is an OG viber and energy creator, and I adore her work. I gave her what I had of this track at a particular point. It wasn't completely done, but it was pretty close. I gave it to her with no instruction, but do your thing. I come back and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. So.
It is, man. I mean, I played a few of her tracks on the airwaves when I had her in May, and she was wonderful. I mean, her music was just beautiful. It drew me into it. Now, without further ado, this is Around Me, ready to drop.
I just want a little piece. You can call me Lil P. Catch me in the outer rim. Counting midichlorians. Trying to find the chosen one. Build the force like Obi-Wan. I am not the only one. Many plays in the scene. Melbourne paradise. Take shots, throw the dice. Motto is all you can spare. Up when I puffin' a spliff. Can I kick me? I did. Now I'ma go make a hit. Comedy, tragedy, know that they laugh at me. I'm just like Socrates, most of them after me. Break the hypocrisy, don't play Monopoly. Live good, fuck properly. Don't fuck your friends with some property. Steady G, go seek a remedy. Nothing worth having is free. Under tree, meditate. Underground, hesitate. I just participate. For the love, not the hate. One with the union, the vibe. No gravity, yeah, we fly. Bird's eye, beautiful. Eat it up till we're full. Eyes in the scene like it's Baywatch. You can go choking your wristwatch. Get off the pipe, you're just pissed off. Every other day, right off. Shooting clips for the scene. You can call me DOP. Couple call me DillyDave. Only rap for MCs. Running the gauntlet test. I need the rest. Rose colored with the lens. Shoot shit with the friends. Fitbit tracking trends. In the pocket, in the zone. Know that I live for the flow. Find balance when I can. Bring friends, call them fam. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. Speaking some truth on the beat. Open the door to your mind. Find out that you were just limitless. Don't need a pill to tap into it. Go ahead and be living it. Giving relief to the people. I am just a gentleman. I don't have what it is, yeah. Too busy being a clown. Giving people some relief. Everybody gets down. They just need a lot more than me. Setting the bar real high. Don't need to get real high. Yes, being a bumpy ride. Poetry had me slide. Taking a swing at the crease. Gotta run it in between. Melbourne be the scene. Many lils in the world. I'm away for more biggies. Wait, they be round me. They be round me. They be round me. They be round me. Hey, 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 hey.
Yo, Around Me with the Milky Bar Kid and the Moofa. That was brilliant, man.
Hey.
That's definitely music I'd drive to.
Yeah, it's got a good movement to it. It's driving, but it's also a little bit adventurous and flowy. Yeah, there's enough going on for it to seem interesting most of the time.
It's beautiful. I mean, the Milky Bar Kid EP, man, definitely beautiful. We just love the samples, and I just love how you brought those samples. Bringing a bit of a bouncy vibe to it, man.
Yeah, well, I got to say, working with Wrath is incredible. Not only does he have the skills and the know-how to make any recording or production session efficient and enjoyable, he talks the language. He understands what you're trying to say at most times. He's very good at understanding who he's working with. But he has all the creative skills to really tie stuff together and is great at world building. He's willing to try things and see how they go. So yeah, big ups to Wrath on the production of all that EP.
That's wicked. And thank you very much, DillyDave, for coming in. We're going to conclude this interview with the R&B round by the beautiful vocals of Jay Sean with his track Ride It. So thank you very much for coming in, DillyDave.
Thanks, Paul Factor, for having me. Cheers.
Cheers.